Welcome back to the Junk Man's Adventures and another ski vlog. We're in search of powder today. As you can see, it's snowing pretty good. We're still on the road to get up to find some fresh tracks. That actually brings up a good topic to maybe talk about today, or a little bit here, is winter driving. As you can probably see, I'm driving one of my pickups here, and we're locked in four-wheel drive right now. The commercial vehicles have chain-up requirements, and that means it's usually pretty snow-packed, pretty icy if they're requiring chain-ups for commercial vehicles, and it was four-wheel drives recommended, especially on the passes. And I'm hoping I can get over the pass because I heard a report of possible avalanche blasting or mitigation. Usually that means they have to blast and then it avalanches over the road and they got to clear it before traffic can resume. I don't know, there's plenty of cars coming up and down, so I'm not thinking that's happening. I'm looking up ahead and maybe you can't see, but there's a couple of 18-wheelers, tractor trailers ahead of me. I wouldn't want to be them today, even though the road crews have actually got it really nice and scraped off as best as they can, and they got some sand or gravel on it. Like I said, I'm in four-wheel drive right now, but I feel that I could probably be doing this in two-wheel drive. However, this particular pickup, I have a positive traction rear end, and what a lot of people don't tell you about positive traction, or most people wouldn't know, is in two-wheel drive, when it's slick, both them wheels turning, it can pitch you sideways if you're not good at managing traction. Now I'm used to it, but if you come from an open differential to a positive traction or limit slip, I guess, when that one wheel senses slip and that locks up and wants to give you maximum traction, it wants to probably shift you sideways, so you got to be easy on your gear changes. And this is an automatic, so you want to be easy on the throttle and probably keep it out of overdrive, so it's not shifting and potentially breaking that traction. Coming downhill, I'll downshift some gears, but usually I just keep her in high gear going up, because I want to try to stay in a high gear to risk having to the transmission needing to downshift because of RPMs, and then breaking the traction of the rear end. But when we're in four-wheel drive, that's not so much, because at least you got one wheel up front that's pulling you forward and kind of keeping you a little more stable. That's really how four-wheel drive works. All-wheel drive's a little different. I got a Subaru in front of me, and their systems work differently because there's a viscous coupling, and it's got clutches and things that is directing power front to rear and even side to side a little bit. Some of it's computer controlled depending on what kind of vehicle you got. But anyway, the biggest thing is this road, these conditions today, I could actually drive it in my car. I got good snow tires and good driving habits, and I could do it in a car without traction control. But like I said, when I left today, road conditions stipulated chain-ups for commercial vehicles, so I was questioning if maybe the road crews had even gotten out enough. And the problem with a car is not so much traction, it's ground clearance, and this road can get kind of deep if it's snowing pretty good and the road crews can't keep it cleared. But today it actually looks pretty good. I'm actually not liking these people. This is a two-lane uphill, so there is a second lane. You are allowed to pass. I just don't like it when people do that. I'm about to the top too, and it's like, are they going to really get there any faster, being one car length ahead of me? Because once we get to the top, then it's one lane downhill, and we're at the mercy of these trucks up here as far as downhill speed and all that kind of stuff, which we're not going to be racing. I'm not in a race to get up here. I should have left a little bit earlier, but this is easy going, actually. I bet you up at the top here all the backcountry skiers are there, although I don't think I'd head out on the backcountry because this is the first big snow they've had in about a week, and it has been warmer, so there's probably 2 layers here, and I'd say avalanche danger could be kind of risky unless you know what you're doing. And unfortunately most people up here don't. You know, they see that powder and everything, and that's all they're thinking of. Maybe later in the day I'll hit up some of this, but probably not. Yep, look, whoa, the parking lot, there's barely anybody here up at the top here. That's either people are heeding some of the avalanche warning, or probably because it's middle of the week too. Okay, now we're going downhill, and like I said, we're going to be at the mercy of these trucks. Hopefully they don't spin out. I'm dropping down at least 1 gear. And then I don't have to use the brakes at all, hardly. I can just, that's my downhill assist. Modern cars, you know, have this downhill assist, but I don't know how much I like that, just because it's kind of a crutch for people who maybe don't drive these conditions. And we're gonna probably, and see, I don't have ABS in this pickup, so you know, I gotta be careful with my braking here, but just gotta pump the brakes, be your own ABS. It's not those 18-wheelers I'm so concerned about. It's all the cars, car drivers that I'm worried about, that are overconfident. Truck drivers that run these routes, they're good drivers. They know how to handle this kind of stuff. You know, they're trained on it. The regulars, of course, drive it all the time. Especially up here, you got to have special permitting to drive up and over these kind of roads in these kind of trucks and things. So I'm not worried about them spinning out so much as a car in front of them spinning out or ramming the brakes, and then they have to panic stop, which, you know, you can about imagine what that turns out. So really, usually a lot of the truck accidents that happen here, which is very few, is usually caused by cars. Just cars not taking into account that, you know, you got this thing that takes, you know, on dry pavement takes 300 feet to stop or more. And then on these, who knows, you know. And I only got 1 guy behind me, so I only have to worry about getting rear-ended by 1 person, not 10. And this car really wants to get around this semi here. I would have just waited because it's 2-lane both ways after this corner. I really wouldn't have done that, but that's him, not me. Because it's actually a double line right through there. I'm not in that big of a hurry. The snow, as you can see, will be here, so I guess he might get one spot closer in the parking lot than me. I guess that was worth it, wasn't it? That was probably worth it. Well, that's our drive down here. A little bit of winter driving for you, since all you do is see me ski. So, till next time, I'm the Junk Man. Have a great day.